Hello, and welcome to the My Day Wheel orientation. It's going to be presented by me, Michael Fleming, and I'm going to walk you through on how to use the DayWheel software, online software through your browser. You can obviously use this through your phone, but we actually have the apps in the App Store. It's in all the app stores for iPhones and for your Android devices, and so you can actually download that at DayWheel or My DayWheel, and it's going to have similar type instructions, and it actually has some additional features, and it's actually a little bit easier to use. But I want to introduce you to the day wheel, and it says here on this main screen what the day wheel is primarily, what the benefits or what the goal of the day wheel is to help you analyze today to improve tomorrow. And the underlying piece is that as a person, as an individual, and the team of people I have around me, we're always about trying to figure out how to improve the quality of life for individuals and business owners, and just collectively for the community and the world as a whole. And so here's how this works. So I'm gonna walking you through what the day wheel is, how to sign up, how to use the system, how to take advantage of the system, what you can do with it, and I assure you this is going to be very secure, personal, private, confidential. We have all the technology security that pretty much whatever your browser present, same as Google and same as Facebook, and also as we're running it through GoDaddy's virtual server, and soon to be switching over to Amazon's virtual server. So all the security is built into the system. Everything's personal, private. Your information is encrypted, and so there's no way anyone can just randomly view whatever entries and things that you put in, just as much as anywhere else, any other website or tool or device that you would use. It's going to match whatever the modern security is out there now. So, but I want to show you a quick kind of snapshot of what the day wheel actually is before I kind of go into the explanation of it. And so this is actually the unique view of our day, and there are, of course, 168 hours in a week. There are 24 hours in a day, and so that whole 7 days a week, 1,440 minutes in a day, and then there are 86,400 seconds in a day. And so the day wheel allows you to capture all those 86,400 interactions that we have throughout the day. And so literally, so tonight, so what it represents is at the very top, that's 12 a.m., 12 a.m. midnight, and so then it goes around to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, and then around to 12 o'clock in the afternoon. So you got 12 a.m., 6 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 p.m., so the evening time of your day, back around to 11:59. This is one full day of all 24 hours and 86,400 seconds that we have. And so the system is pretty much, once you kind of go through the sign up and sign in with the system, what you're going to do, and it's a fairly quick sign up. It takes less than 2 minutes probably to do, and it gets you right into the system. You can start immediately. But what you're going to end up doing, you're going to end up putting in the different events of your day, selecting a color, select a start time and an end time, and that's what populates this particular clock. And then over here, we've got these little 3 bars there. They're going to open up into a wider selection of options for you. And the system is intended to be a total life management, total business management tool. It's actually part of a suite of additional software that we have for operations management, personnel management, and career guidance and project management. And so our software development team is pretty diverse and have a great deal of expertise, so we probably can build a variety of different systems for you. So I'll show you what it looks like when it's blank. This is actually the day wheel with nothing filled in. So again, midnight. This is the AM side of our day, the PM side of the evening, the afternoon and evening side of our day, 6 a.m., 12 p.m., 6 p.m., and so on. And so I'll show you here too that once you kept your day wheel for a while, you'll be able to see what we call the week in review. And so by looking at the week in review, you instantly can see, the morning side of your day, the afternoon and the evening side of your day. You can compare your life or activity or business in quadrants. What happens if you're a 24-hour operation, or you're a hospital, or you work on projects all day and night, or you just happen to be one of those people who don't sleep a lot. And so there's there's unlimited uses. Pretty much anything that has any kind of time reference to it, you should be able to use the day wheel for. So again, this is what the week in review is going to look like. It's fairly simple. It's going to take me longer to go through these images to kind of explain it than it would take for you just to go out and log in and sign up and everything. Again, you can go to mydaywheel.com. So that's the quick and dirty kind of review of it. And then now, what I'm going to do now is take you step by step through what it looks like to go through the DayWheel application, website application. And again, you can download this online, and we also customize this. We are willing to do a white label or private label of it. You can for your company, your business, your project, or what you're working on. So please feel free to test this out, and then contact me with any additional information as far as what you think about it. There's some features and stuff we're still working on, and of course we're always trying to improve it. So here, I want to show you here. If the first thing you want to be able to do, obviously, is go to mydaywheel.com. You go to sign up, and so just as I was saying earlier, analyze today to improve tomorrow. Once you go to sign up, it really is this quick. You just simply put in email address, your password, your name, zip code information, select the age range, and then hit your country that you're from, and agree to terms, and then create an account. And it really is that simple. You're in. And then you can, this is browser based. That's not our software. So at that point, you can save your password to the browser if you like, or just sign in every time. But once you're in here, it allows you also to sign into the app. You don't have to re-register in the app. All you got to do is use your same username and password, and you can download the app. And then the app has got some easier features and things in it than what I'm even going to show you here. Okay, so this is the way the system sets up. So once you log in, this was the blank page that I was talking about. And then everything kind of happens over here in this space here. Everything that ends up in as far as the portions that break out your 24-hour day, these are not static. Every one of those entries are going to be very dynamic, which means you can click into it and go into additional information and get a background information as well. See, so what you do is you put in the particular event. Let's say we're going to start. Let's say you're a person who goes to sleep before midnight, and you go to sleep and you pick an event color, and then you can have a designated event color for every time you go to sleep. And then at that point, you put in a start time, you put in an end time. We're going to put in a start time, let's say 12 a.m. And yes, you do have to enter them in. I get that all the time when people say, hey, you got to enter all this. I say, yeah, it all depends on, what your need is. And so, in most cases, if you work for a company that's tracking your time, there's some type of time sheet. This is just this is a visual time sheet for that. But it's more about tracking tasks and activities, not just time management. And so it can absolutely be used for that as well. So you put in your start time, you put in your end time, and then what you do is, let's say you're going to see the clock populate. Let's say you slept from 12 a.m. to 7:30 a.m. and you hit save, and you'll see where it comes in. And that, even on here, and I'll show you later, that is actually an active dynamic entry. It's not just as simple as something static. You can click in and put additional information about, what was your quality of sleep, whether you dreamed about something particular, whether you got up throughout the night. And let's say, but if it's in a hospital, for example, that's obviously can track what the patient's needs were during that time period, or what was going on with the operations at that time. Okay, so I'm going to show you about 4 more entries. We're going to show you what it would look like to put additional entries in. So if I put in my morning routine, I select the color for it. And then I keep populating the start time and end time throughout the day. And you'll kind of see that come into play. Excuse me. And you'll kind of see that come into play. And then we're going to play that out all the way through. So that's 8:30. We'll put that in there and we'll go through. So that's the AM time. Let's say you drive to work, you're at work, and you're working on proposals throughout the day. You put your start time for, let's say, your drive time, including the time you got to work. And then let's say you left work at 5:30 p.m. So you see we go from the AM side of the day to the PM side of the day. And then now you go into, you will see the clock populate all of that. Save has been, of course, improved save. And again, these look static on the screen, but they're not. And I'll show you that here in a second. And then let's say you finish out your day, you drive home, you pick up dinner, you're at home, you're relaxing, you pick a color for that. Pick a start time and end time. Okay. See me kind of going through it there. And then that'll populate the clock. And you see here, if you click on a particular section, it highlights that section. If you put your mouse over it, it highlights it. And then if you click on it, it'll take you into a deeper section too. So let's go ahead and finish out just this single day. Remember, this is a brand new install. So this is someone who's very first time ever using the DayWheel. Let's say you go to sleep at 11 p.m. on this same particular day. Then obviously your day is going to, this particular day is going to end at 11:59 p.m. And so we're going to try to build in a feature. It doesn't exist right now, but we're going to try to build in a feature where you can go from 11 or some particular time on the previous day to populating your clock to the next day. But for now, every DayWheel clock stops at 11:59 that day. So you hit save, And then once you put in save, then there, the clock is populated. That is a diary, a captured diary of that particular day. Either individuals, businesses, government agencies, or, I mean, it just, like I said, any use where somebody wants to reference time. So this is your full day. And it doesn't seem like much until you kept it over some particular time period. And I'll show you just how powerful it can be when you're able to kind of aggregate the experiences that you want to capture. And so over here on the right, we obviously can put additional features and kind of customize it. But the main thing is these 3 lines here. So at some point, you're able to click on those 3 lines. And it's going to, and the entire components of the day wheel is to take the sections of your day and then break those into individual pieces, and then allow you to be able to do total management of your day. And so the scheduler piece, that's probably we're still working on some pieces with the schedule. It works, but it's quirky. So, we're gonna change that out here fairly soon, hopefully. And then, but the My Week in Review I actually personally love the My Week in Review because you can see your entire past week, 2 weeks, month at a glance. Matter of fact, we call it, your life at a glance. And then the DayWheel events, you can actually query through the database and the information that you put in. Schedule events works, but it has some different components inside of it. We're going to build that out better and make that part of integratable tools. The goals, a piece I love because you're able to literally put in your goals and kind of monitor how you want to kind of make progress on those particular goals. We're gonna make that more robust as well too. The thoughts area represents like your personal data, additional journal, just additional ideas and thoughts you have. Your self-rating system, it's pretty unique. You can evaluate yourself every day, and there's a scale in there for that too. And then your money is money spent and received for the day. Now keep in mind that the DayWheel is part of an entire software suite. And so there's some additional tools and things that I was mentioning earlier for organizational management, operations management, for career guidance, project management. And so we've got some additional tools, including for consumer or customer engagement as well. And then the rest of the information is just standard administration of information. Now keep in mind, remember that came out of the area where it had the 3 little lines there on the side, and I'll show you those. And you see each one of the sections kind of being highlighted there. See, so again, the 3 lines there opens that up, and then you're able to see the weekend review. So if we were selected the weekend review, then what you see here, it comes into the system, and there it is there. You're able to, so imagine if you had these filled out for a week, and you'd be able to see the entire operations. Now, even in this view, the information is still dynamic, which means that as you populate this, you can see all the varieties of tools that can be used inside of it. So let's say I click on one of the entries, and I'll show you here, and see that's the rest of the weekend review, but you can change it out actually, and you can change it up here and make it 2 weeks, 2 weeks or a month view. And see, so let's say if I highlight one of the entries, I click on it, it takes me into my update DayWheel events. So if I want to make some edit changes and things to it, on the website you cannot change the color, but on the app you can actually change the color of the entry. And so we're going to, of course, look to update that in the next upgrade. And so drive to work, at work, working on proposals, launching meetings. That's what I originally put in, but I want to make an edit to it. So let's say I add in phone calls, and then I click on next, and then I can put it the location of where I was at the time that particular day if I wanted to. But I can also come into here where it says description, and I can type in additional information. Let's say I worked with HR, operations, accounting, marketing, sales team, and I hit update. And of course, the event updated successfully. And then all the data and information goes into the database on the backside. It comes up in your secure space. But in reality, it's all managed in the background, and it's all coded and everything. So this is not accessible. It's personal, private, confidential. You don't have to worry about anybody tapping into it or sharing it unless you give it the password. But other than that, this system is set up to kind of monitor and track, the things that are significant, which all 86,400 seconds of our lives are, and our businesses are. And so again, you can put in additional entries, and these are the 5 primary entries and the background information behind it. So for the most part, this is all the pieces of the DayWheel. Obviously, we're going to keep building out the system as a whole. And so, what I'm doing now is we're finally in a position where we can, it's stable and it can definitely be utilized. This is the public version of it. We're in the process now of really trying to look at enterprise partnerships and collaboratives and investors and all those things on that area. So if you don't mind, you can call me, text me, email me any comments and thoughts and stuff. We're we're constantly adapting the system and learning more about just different usages and stuff for it. My name is Michael Fleming. You can contact me at 678-508-6283. My email address is michaelafleming@hotmail.com, and that's Fleming 1M, no S. I wish you well. Take care. Thank you.